Hi, this is long overdue at this point. This is the second half of the GDDP Bronze Tier, so let's just get straight into it. The first half was pretty good, so let's hope the second half doesn't have a Reanimation level in it. Let's just get straight into it and start off with Verity Hell. Verity Hell is a level that exists and sucks dick, so a remake of it in this type of fashion seems like a recipe for disaster. I mean, remaking a shit level has been done before, a la pretty much every single remake ever, like Elite Z Rebirth. But for the first time in history, this is actually pretty good. Not only does it modernize the Verity Hell formula, it also makes it far more accessible and look like not piss. If you like wave levels, I suggest checking this out, and if you want to get better at like these types of more open wave parts, then absolutely go beat this. This is a pretty good level for that. It's quite the scrambling level, isn't it? I'll give this my seal of approval. Good job, chickens, for coming first. That was actually pretty good. What's next? Oh, great, a piece of shit. That makes me so happy. Like, if you see this type of ball gameplay, run. Even though this level is memory, I just don't think GI works that well for the GDDP. The pacing is so weird and so odd that it gives me whiplash. And on top of that, for a memory level, this isn't even that fun to learn. It's really annoying, actually. I do want to quickly note that I have bias against learny medium demons because usually they annoy the shit out of me, so I might be wrong on this level. I still do give this my seal of removal though, and I would put On Point RM here, which is a very obscure remake of a level that a lot of people wanted to see rated back in the day. This used to be my favorite medium demon in the entire game, actually. It's weird, it's wacky, it's timing based, it's pretty boring if you get unlucky, admittedly, but it has a vibe and it's a pretty cool level. Plus, this teaches you timings a lot better than these slopes will ever do for you. Let's move on into the toxic sewers for now, though. I had actually beaten this for a different part of the GDDP, the first monthly pack. Besides there being a lot of turtles with ninja swords in here, this is a pretty decent level. And for those like me who have actually already beaten the first monthly pack, this is actually a very cool freebie to throw in here. It's a 1.9 memory, timing, ship level, pretty mixed in gameplay to be honest. And for what it's going for, I think it does a good job. So I will give this my seal of approval. Plus you can never go wrong with a theme level. Wait, oh my god, wait, my Reanimation level detector is going off. How did that happen? Well, I'll just reset and it should work fine. In the meantime, let's move on to oh my god. Hellcat is a Reanimation level. This gets my seal of removal and I would replace it with Castlemania. I'm not explaining anymore. I'm going on to Reanimation. Because this level is actually worth a shit. Reanimation is an excellent early 2.0 level, which has often been called Death Moon 2.0. Which, to be honest, it kinda is. Except for some very specific clicks and weird hitboxes, this level is completely flawless and a very fine choice for the GDDP. In fact, I would say this is the most necessary pick of this entire tier. The gameplay, the decoration, the theming, everything works so well together here to make an intense and actually pretty unique feeling hell experience. This gets my seal of approval without a doubt. It's like Eaker Hacker version 2. A level, which is great! Now let's move on to Epic Victory Royale. Based is a level that I'm pretty split on, to be completely honest. I don't think this level is all that good. Like, yeah, sure, it does have a consistent theme and some very experimental and wacky gameplay that I can appreciate, but there's just something that feels off when I'm playing it. I guess that's what you get if you try to make a flow adjacent level. A lot of clicks feel very dependent on one another, which annoys the living shit out of me. I would give this my seal of removal, and I still will, but I'm going to be completely honest here, I have no clue what to replace this with. This is my blind spot in difficulty, together with a couple of very small margins somewhere in the insane demon range. If you have a good replacement for this, please let me know down in the comments below, because I am out of ideas. If I think it's good enough, I will probably add it in the final cut that I will do of this entire series. For now, let's move on to Blinding. Tango Wind is probably the best 9 circles level in this entire range, because this is the actual only thing I have expertise on when it comes to higher end medium demons. Though the boss fight at the end is tacky, stupid, and a woman, at the end of the day, it is still a great 9 circles level, because most of the wave gameplay is not only unique, but also very consistent. The pre-drop also doesn't drag on that much, which means that that's not an issue either. If you look at a lot of other 9 circles levels in this range, even the better ones background, like blacklight, still have very apparent issues about them. I will give this my seal of approval because this is the only Nice Circles level I would recommend in this range, maybe besides the realistic by Softable. Let's just all be thankful that this isn't down bass though. Speaking of which, Bass Boost, which is a pretty mediocre level with shit transitions and invisible portals, is up next. Can I use a veto on this? No? Oh, for f***'s sake. For this level, I have nothing. I really don't feel anything for this level. It's just a boring design level with very bad transitions. I guess if you want to prepare people for grinding out early 2.1 levels, this works, but besides that, I really would love to give this my seal of removal, but I still don't have any replacements. Once again, let me know down below. Anyway, onto nitrogen for now, though. At least this one is fairly harmless. There isn't much to talk about here either. Yes, this tier is very boring at the end. I think that this fits in fine, but considering the overall quality of this tier so far, that is pretty surprising. It's just a decent design level and nothing more, because that's pretty much all you can ask for this tier. I'll give this my seal of approval. Why not? Now, we have a bit of double trouble going on with Verity and Hell. Both of these levels are made by Sir Punch back in 2.0, so I just mashed them together. On top of that, both of these levels have pretty much the same pluses and minuses. The decoration and effects in both of these levels are actually very cool and have aged surprisingly well. Where both of these levels I think falter a little bit is in the gameplay and consistency department, because both of these levels are as unbalanced as one another, which is crazy because both of these levels have ass cancer balancing. Verity way more so than Hell, but both of these have like a couple of parts that are way harder than the rest. The gameplay in them is made just fine. I don't think there's really any qualms with the gameplay besides the balancing, but the balancing and especially Verity is just so second half heavy. For Hell it's more first half heavy, that I wouldn't blame you if you would say these needed to be replaced. I myself don't think so, especially because there's not that many choices in this difficulty range. I'll give both of these seals of approval because I think one of these needs to be in there and the other one is Hell, which is in a gauntlet, so having this in here actually makes total sense for me. I would suggest adding the ship skill set to Verity because the lost ship is most of the difficulty and ship isn't even mentioned right now, which is a bit weird. Like, yeah, sure, the duels are hard, I can't even deny that, but the ship is way harder for pretty much anybody I've ever spoken to who's beaten this level, which is a lot of people. Next up, a classic! Not the Nice Circles level, the Chaos Airflow one. This is a pretty good 1.9 level, which is already a step up from most of this tier. Though, because it's old, it does have a couple of quirks. Like Leprosy. The gameplay in this level is very consistent in quality, it has a bit of everything, blah blah blah. This will just get my seal of approval because it's a classic more than anything. And I mean, you already have Chaos Impact in the beginner tier / the bronze tier, depending on where they put it. For now, I'm just going to move on to Necromancer though. Resurrection is a Heinz level about waking up the dead. It is a Heinz level, so you can't really go wrong with it. All of the picks in this tier that are good are very safe. All of the ones that are not are very out there and very experimental, so that's kind of disappointing to me. It's a very high skill-based level, but yeah, good Heinz level, seal of approval, and that's it for now. That was easily the worst part yet. I can't even lie. Though I can promise you, there are tiers that are worse than this one. The further we get, the worse the tiers get to me. We'll see what the silver tier has to offer next though, but that's for next time.